Welcome to the 2020 P6 Anglo-Chinese School Mathematics Prelim Paper 2 answers. Grab your pens and papers and let's get started. Question 1. For a box of surgical masks he sells, Mr. Lee earns $12. And an additional $8 is given to him for every 10 boxes of surgical masks he sells. So, one box of mask is $12. Okay, so if he sells 10 boxes, it's going to be 12 times 10, correct? So he's going to earn $120. So on top of this $120, he has a bonus, which is this additional $8. So I need to add the $8 in. Okay, so instead of getting just $120 per 10 boxes, I'm actually getting $128. Okay, so this is one set of 10 masks. Okay, so how many boxes of surgical masks must Mr. Lee sell to make $3,200? So $128 is one set, correct? Of 10 masks. So let's find out $3,200 gives us how many sets? Okay, use this method. Divide times. So take 1, divide by 128 times 3,200. Just let your calculator do the job. You're going to get 25 sets. Okay? And 25 sets you got to times 10 because one set is 10 masks. And then 25 sets will give you 10 times 25, which is 250 masks. Okay? My answer is 250. Okay, now let's move on. A rectangular swimming pool, 20 meters wide, 60 meters long, and 4 meters deep, contains 800 meter cube of water. So I'm going to try and draw it. 60 meters long, 20 meters wide, and it's about 4 meters deep. Okay, so my height is 4 meters, and this is going to be 20 meters, and this is going to be 60 meters, okay? So, it already has 800 meter cube of water. So how much more water has to be added so that the water level is 30 cm from the top? 30 cm from the top means that I need to take 4 meter to minus away 30 cm, okay? So, in this case, right, our answers have to be in meter cube. So I'm not going to convert my meters to cm. Instead, I'm going to convert my cm to meters, okay? So 4 meter minus. So cm to meters is, I divide by 100, okay? So it's 30 divided by 100. You're going to get 4 meters minus away 0.3 meters, and I'm gonna get 3.7 meters, okay? And this is the height that they are looking for. Got it? So let's find out how much water this height gives us, okay? So we take the length times the breadth times the height, okay? This will give us 4440 meter cube. We got to minus away the 800 that's already inside. So 4440 minus away 800, it gives us 3640 meter cube. Okay? Yeah. So that's it. Let's move on. Question 3. During a sale, a departmental store gave a store-wide discount of 25%. And Mr. Tan is a member of the departmental store, and he was entitled to an extra 8% discount on top of the discounted price. So what is the total discount he enjoyed? So let's see. If everyone were to get a 25% discount, that means they will essentially be paying 75% for the goods. Okay? This is the store-wide. Okay? Store-wide discounted price. And then Mr. Tan has an extra 8% discount on top of this. So 8% of this price, this percentage. Okay, you're going to get 6%. So this is the extra discount. Okay. So instead of paying 75%, he will get an extra 6% discount. And what was the total discount he enjoyed? He first enjoyed a 25% discount, and then he enjoyed an additional 6% discount. So the total discount he's going to get will be 31%. You're going to take note because they're asking for the total discount and not how much he ends up paying for. Okay, so the discount itself is 31%. Okay, so let's move on. The average mass of a group of children was 66.8 kg. When Mrs. Pang measured and recorded the mass of these children, she wrongly recorded one child's mass as 59 kg when it should have been 95 kg. So Mrs. Pang made a very big mistake here, okay? So this child is 95 kg, but instead she recorded it as 59 kg. So the total will be decreased by the difference here, okay? So as a result, Mrs. Pang calculated the average mass as 64.5 kg. How many children were there in the group? So because of the difference that Mrs. Pang made, the mistake that Mrs. Pang made, the total decreased by this amount. Okay? And then let's see, each child's mass, average mass decreased by it decreased by 2 kg. Okay, so if I were to draw a child here, a few children here, so instead of them being 66.8 kg, what happens is Mrs. Pang made a mistake and they ended up being minus 2 kg. So they ended up being 64.8 kg. Okay. So the total difference is 36 kg. Okay, the total decrease is 36 kg and each child decreased by 2 kg. So how do we do this question? We have to just minus 2 until we get 36 kg. Okay, so one child is 2 kg, right? We just need to find 36 kg. Okay, take 1 over 2 times 36. You're going to get 18 children. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. In the grid below, by joining dots, draw 4 more straight lines to create 2 isosceles triangle, ABC and ABD, label all the points. And when we think of isosceles triangle, we will have 2 equal sides, right? And in order to have 2 equal sides, we have to deal with the midpoint, which is the point in the middle of the base of my isosceles triangle. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to use a protractor. Okay, I need a protractor. So by looking at this point AB, we realize that we have a midpoint which is over here, correct? So that's where I'm going to place my protractor. Okay, so my protractor is right here. And I need to measure 90 degrees. So I'm going to use a pen to do a marking here because that is where my 90 degrees is at. Okay, so it's over here. Okay, so I'm going to remove this because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to draw lines instead. Okay, so I'm going to draw this solid line which is connecting from the point, the 90 degrees point, to my middle point. Okay, which is here. So we are done. So that's the midpoint. And I'm going to erase the rest of the lines because this point here was in the middle of nowhere, and I'll use this point here, okay, to draw my other 2 lines. So now that we have the middle point, we can just connect this to my A, and I can connect this to my B. And there you have it. Because we need to connect and join the points, so we use this point, we connect and we connect. Okay, so this is my first isosceles triangle. I'm I can just label it C. Okay, I'll just label this part C. And let us find out the other isosceles triangle. So now that we have used AB as a base, we can use AB not as a base, but as a side. Okay, I'm going to show you what I mean. But first, let me draw a line to show you guys. Okay, I'm going to use a different color. So I'm going to use this color. So do you realize that if AB is the slanted side, is one side of it's not the base of my isosceles triangle, this can form half the isosceles triangle. Okay, and in order for us to form the other half, we just need to join this part and then join this part to B. And there we have it. We have the other isosceles triangle where DB equals to AB. I'm going to erase all the lines that I'm doing, okay? Yeah. So that's it. You have our two isosceles triangle. This is quite a tricky question. So you need to be very, very careful. Okay? And in exams, you have your physical paper. So you can just, twist and turn your paper such that it helps you see better. Okay? So let's move on to question 6. April went to the supermarket to buy some toilet rolls for the family. Toilet rolls were sold at the prices shown below. Big pack is 3N minus $2 and small pack is N plus $3. So she bought one big pack and then 2 small packs. Okay, so this one she bought 2. And she paid the cashier $50 and received a $21 change. What's the value of N? So before we find the value of N, let us find out how much she paid for one big pack and 2 small packets, okay? We need to find out how much money she paid. In order to do that, let's find out the price of it. So you just need to take $50, which is how much she paid, to minus away her change. Her change is $21, so we're going to get $29. So she paid $29. And then now we can add this together in terms of algebra. Okay, so one big pack is 3N minus 2, and we have 2 small packs. And so this is one small pack, N plus 3, and this is the other small pack, N plus 3. So one thing that you should do is to merge all the algebra together first, group it together, and then group the numbers together. So that's how I'm going to do it. 3N plus N minus 2 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 5N. And over here you have minus 2 plus 3 plus 3. So even though we started with a minus 2, don't be afraid, okay? Because we can always make it such that it's like that. Plus 3 plus 3 minus 2. It might be easier for primary school kids, okay? So then plus 3 is just 6. So 6 minus 2 is just 4. So it's 5N plus 4. Okay? And 5N plus 4 is equals to $29. So I'm going to draw a model. Okay? So N. So 5N plus $4 give you $29, right? So 5N is just $29 minus away $4. I'm going to get $25. Okay? So I'll put the step here also. So $29 minus $4, it gives me $25. And this is 5N. So 5N equals to $25. N equals to 25 divided by 5. And my answer will be $5. And the value of N is 5. Okay, I don't really need the dollar sign. Okay, because the value has no units. So I'm going to erase all these dollar signs. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to question 7. John wanted to save some money and he saved $8 each day from Monday to Friday and $16 each day from Saturday and Sunday. So he started on Thursday. And how many days did John take to save up? $480. So let's find out how much he saved in a week, okay? Which is from Monday to Saturday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's $8, right? And then on the weekends, it's $16. So if I add all of them together, I am gonna get $72. Okay, so this is a total in 1 week. And he started on a Thursday. So from Thursday, I need to take 8 plus 8 plus 16 plus 16. So total is $48. Okay, so when he started on Saturday, that first week he didn't start on Monday, he started on Thursday. And for that first week, he saved $48. And he needs to save a total of $48. First thing I need to do is to minus away this. So I take 480 minus away this. Okay, and I'm gonna get $432. So now, from now on, we can use this, we can divide it by $72 to find out how many weeks he took after that. Okay, so 1 week, he can save $72. Okay, and if I want to find out how many weeks John took to save $432, I just need to do this. Okay, 1 over 72 times 432. You're gonna get 6 weeks. Okay, so 6 weeks we need times 7 because 1 week has 7 days. It's for 2 days, and we cannot forget the first 4 days. Okay, from the first week that he started saving. So 42 plus 4 is 46 days, and that's our answer. Okay, 46 days. Let's move on to the next question. The table below shows the time Wilson took for 4 times 10 meter shuttle run during his training sessions. So he had a total of 8 attempts. They show us the timing for the first 7 attempts. And if he wants to improve his average time by 0.3 seconds, what timing should he attempt for his 4th attempt? For his 8th attempt. So we have to find the average for the first 7 attempts first. Okay? So total will just be everything added up together, correct? From the first to the 7th session. So the number is 7 because there are 7 sessions. And the total will be 13.1 plus 12.5 and so on. Okay, I'm gonna get 84 seconds. Okay, so my average will just be 84 divided by 7, which is 12 seconds. So he wants to improve his average time by 0.3 seconds, right? So right now his average time is 12. If I want to improve it, I need to take lesser time, so I need to minus. So 12 minus 0.3, I'm going to get 11.7 seconds. Okay? So we need to take 11.7 to times 8. Because right now, he wants his new average to be 11.7. And we have how many attempts? We have 8 attempts. So at first, we already have 84 seconds, correct? So we need to find out what is the total the minimum total that he can go. Okay, the maximum total that he can go, I mean. So we need to take 11.7 times 8 to find out the total. So you are going to get 93.6 seconds. My total will be 93.6 seconds. So we have one last step, and I'm going to do it here. So the total is 93.6 seconds, right? And the first 7 sessions already took up 84 seconds. What we need to do is just to take 93.6 to minus away 84. And we are going to get 9.6 seconds. Okay, so our answer is 9.6. He has to run his 8 attempt in 9.6 seconds to lower down his average time by 0.3 seconds. And that's it, we are done. Let's move on to question 9. Question 9, the figure on the left not drawn to scale is a triangular piece of paper ABC, and it's folded along FD to obtain the figure on the right side, such that AB is parallel to EF. So since it's parallel, I'll draw the arrows. Okay, and AEDC, this one, is a straight line. And ABF is 70 degrees, we need to find out what's AEF. So guys, when you see parallel lines, and there's only one pair, the shape I can think of is actually a trapezium. So in fact, my ABFE is a trapezium. Okay, and then because it's a trapezium and it has parallel lines, the angle in between these parallel lines will give you 180 degrees. Okay, so the first angle that I can find is angle BFE. Okay, so angle BFE is 180 degrees minus 70 degrees. I'm gonna get 110 degrees. Okay, and angle EFC, this angle here, is also 70 degrees. Why? Because corresponding angles. Okay, so angle EFC is 70 degrees because it's corresponding angles. So for those of you who don't know what's corresponding angles, go and flip your notes, okay? It's just look at it and you understand from your school textbook. And then since FCE is a isosceles triangle, that means my FE equals to FC. Okay, can you guys see the reason why? That's because FE is basically FC, it's just folded. Okay, FC is this line, and then when I fold it, this FC is actually just my FE. Okay, so they're the same thing. So now that we have 70 degrees, can we find out what is FEC? FEC is just the base of isosceles triangle. So I take 180 degrees minus away 70 degrees and I divide it by 2. I'm going to get 55 degrees. Okay, so this is 55. And there we have it. They also told us that AEDC is a straight line, so we can just find out what's AEF. I'm going to do it here, okay? Angle AEF equals to 180 degrees minus 55 degrees. It will give us 125 degrees, and that's it. Okay, 3 marks. So one very crucial thing that we have to look out for is that FE is equals to FC, because without this isosceles triangle, we can never find out what is FEC, and we cannot proceed with this question. So yeah, do take note. Let's move on to question 10. Question 10. The table below shows the charges for water usage. For the first 40 meter cube, per meter cube is $1.21. And once you exceed 40 meter cube, every additional cubic meter will be $1.52 per meter cube. And let's do part A. The Lee family used 32 meter cube of water in June. So we are going to look here, okay? Because the Lee family didn't exceed 40 meter cube. So 1 meter cube equals to $1.21. We just need to find out 32 meter cube. We just take $1.21 times 32. We're gonna get $38.72. Okay, so let's do part B now. The Ali family used 58 meter cube of water in June. How much more did the Ali family pay than the Lee family? So let's find out how much water the Ali family used. We have to look at both because they exceeded, okay? So for the first 40 meter cube, they are paying this amount. And then 40 meter cubes will be $1.21 times 40, which is 48.40. Okay, so then I use 58, correct? I'm left with 18 meter cube. And for this 18 meter cube, I'm paying $1.52 per meter cube. I need to find out 18 meters cube. 152 times 18. Okay? I'm going to get $27.36. So in total, I'm paying this amount and this amount. I need to add together, okay? I'm going to get this amount. So this is the amount that Ali's family paid. And this is the amount that the Lee family paid. We need to find the difference, okay? So we have one more step. The difference will be 75, 76 minus away 38.72. Okay, gonna put the dollar sign, and my answer will be $37.04. That's it. Let's move on to question 11. Okay. 11. Admission tickets for school musical performance were sold to adults and children at different prices. Adult ticket cost $30 and the child ticket cost $12. Mrs. Goh spent an equal amount of money on the adult and child tickets. What fraction of the tickets she bought were adult tickets? So the only thing we have right now to do part A is the price of a ticket. And then the question said that she spent an equal amount of money. So right now, the adult price is $30, the child price is $12, and they are not equal. So we just have to follow the question and make it equal. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. So adult is the child. It's $30 is the $12, right? So how do I make it equal? I need their multiples. So at the side, you can write down the multiples. Just list down the multiples. So 30, 60, 90, 120. Then you do here 24, 36, 48, and 60. And there we have it. The smallest common multiple is 60. Okay, so for adult, we need to multiply by 2. So I'm going to get $60. And then for child, I have to multiply by 5. And that's how I get $60. So right now, it's equal amount. Okay, so the number of adult ticket to child ticket will be 2:5. So for every 2 adult tickets, it's equals to 5 child tickets. And that's it. So now we need to find the fraction. Adult is 2 units. My total here is 2 plus 5, which is 7 units. So my total is 7, and this will be my answer. Okay, so we get 2 marks. So let's move on. The school collected a total of 11760 from selling tickets for the musical performance, and the number of adult tickets sold was 3/10 of the number of child tickets sold. How many child tickets were sold? So adult is to child, 3 is to 10. Okay, and so for every 3 adult tickets, I'm selling 10 child tickets, correct? So what can we do with it? We have the price of each ticket, right? So we multiply and find out the total for this set. And we just call it one set. Okay, so 3 times $30, we get $90. And then 10 times $12, we get $120. So the total is 120 plus 90, we're going to get $210. So that's the total for one set. Okay, I'm just going to put here one set. And then 11760, correct? So $210 is one set. 11760 is 1/210 times 11760. I'm going to get 56 sets. Okay, so let's continue here. How many child tickets were sold? So in one set, there are how many child tickets? 10. Okay, 10 child tickets. And I have 56 sets. So what I need to do is to take 10 times 56. I'm going to get 560 child tickets. And that's my answer, 560. Okay, so doing questions that are like that, it's just, it's all about using the information you're given and then just making the best use of it. Okay, most of the time you will be able to get it. Okay, just stay calm and do it. Okay, let's move on to question 12. Question 12. In the figure below, not drawn to scale, A, B, C, D, and A, D, E, F are rhombuses. So when we talk about rhombus, we are talking about them having the same sides, okay? That means AD equals to AB equals to BC equals to CD. And yeah. So ACG is a straight line, AHD is 92 degrees, DEF is 28 degrees, and FEG is 26 degrees. We have to find out what is ACB. And okay, let's just get started, okay? So in this rhombus, ADEF, rhombuses, the angle opposite them are the same. So we can say that this is 28 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to start doing from here. Angle DAH equals to 28 degrees. okay, because it's opposite a rhombus. And then we have ADH as a triangle, and we can find out what's this angle now. Okay, angle ADH equals to 180 minus 28 minus 92. We're going to get 60 degrees. Okay, and then, so since ADH is 60 degrees, remember the angle opposite in the rhombus is the same, so this will also be 60 degrees. Okay, so angle ABC is 60 degrees. And then, since this is 60 and this is 60, can we find out what's the angle? Can we find out what's this angle? I'm going to use another color, okay? So now that we have the two sides, the two other angles, we can easily find out what's this angle, okay? Because this angle and this angle, it's the same, okay? Okay, the size looks a bit different, but they're the same angle. I had to draw it a bit further out because I don't want to cut into my 28 degrees. And I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So angle BCD equals to, total angle in the rhombus is 360 degrees. Okay, I have to minus away this and this. Okay, and then what I need to do is to divide by 2 because it's being shared with this and this. Okay, so I'm going to get 120 degrees. That means this is 120 degrees. So do you realize that AC cuts my BCD into half? It cuts right across, okay, and it's cut half. So to find out what's angle ACB, I just need to take half times 120 degrees, which is equals to 60 degrees, and that's my answer. Okay, so let's move on. AGE. How do we find AGE? So I'm gonna erase some stuff that's not needed for part B, okay? So it doesn't look so cluttered. Okay, so do you guys see that ADEG is actually a four-sided figure? So all four-sided figures are basically, they add up to 360 degrees. Okay, I'm going to outline it so it's more visible. So ADEG is a four-sided figure, and four-sided figures, like what I said, they add up to 360 degrees. So let's start finding, okay, with this information. So angle DEG equals to 28 degrees plus 26 degrees, okay, DEG, and I'm going to get 54 degrees. So next up, I need to find out what is DAC. Angle DAC is just equals to 60 degrees, okay, because it's alternate angles. Because this is 60, so this will also be equals to 60, okay? And then what's next? Let us find out what's ADE. So ADE is part of the rhombus, okay? So if this is 28 degrees and this is 28 degrees, how to find this angle and this angle? I'm going to use another color. So this angle and this angle are the same, correct? Because they are part of a rhombus, they are opposite in a rhombus. And then it's similar to this method here. So to find out what is ADE, I just need to take 360 minus away the two other angles, which is 28 and 28, and I divide by 2. Okay, I'm going to get 152 degrees. So this is 152 degrees. Okay, I'm going to erase away this because it's not needed for this part of the question. So this red color part is 152 degrees, and we can just find our answer now. AGE is 360 degrees minus 152 minus 60 minus 54. Okay, I'm going to get 94 degrees. And that's it, we get 3 marks. Okay, just remember all four-sided shapes add up to 360 degrees, and then know the properties of rhombus really well. Okay, because it helps us. We literally used it twice. Okay, and that's it. Let's move on to question 13. Question 13. The line graph below shows the mass of a container when empty and when different combinations of objects A, B, C are placed in a container. So between 0 to 50, it's a 5 space, so each space is 10, okay? So let's just start finding out. ACD is 500 grams. And then followed by this is 360. And this is 290. And A plus container is 140. So container itself will just be 50 grams. Okay, so what is the mass of object B? In order to find out what's the mass of object B, we can either use this or this. Okay, so we need to find out either C or A. It's easier to find out A because container is 50, A will just be 140 minus B, 50. So let's do part A first, okay? So container is 50 and then container plus A is 140. So A will just be 140 grams minus will be 50 grams. Okay, so that's the difference between these two. And the difference will be A. So my A is 90 grams. So let us look at this. It's a container plus B plus A plus A. So container, I'm just going to put it like that. Okay, container plus B plus A plus A. It gives me 290 grams. So I know what's my container, I know what's my A. So just to find out B, I just need to take my total to minus away one container, which is 50 grams, and minus away two A's, which is 90 grams and 90 grams. And there we have it. Our answer for B will be 60 grams. Okay? 2 marks. So let's move on. What is the total mass of A, B, and D? So to find out what is D, we definitely need our C this time. But don't worry because now we already know what's our B. So let's continue. Container. We have to use this one now, okay? Container plus B plus C gives us 360 grams. If I want to find out what's C, I just need to take the total mass to minus away container, which is 50 grams. And I need to minus away B. B is 60 grams. And my total will be 250 grams for C. Okay, so let us use this now. Container plus A plus C plus D gives us 500 grams. Okay, so to find out what is D, we need to take the total minus away container, minus away A, and minus away C. Our final answer for D will be 110 grams. Okay, so what is A plus D plus C? A plus B plus D. So A is 90 grams, B is 60 grams, and lastly my D is 110 grams. My total will be 260 grams. Okay, it's quite fun. This question is quite fun. But anyway, if you're done, let's move on together to question 14. Then Sophie had some cupcakes and she had 72 more chocolate cupcakes than red velvet cupcakes. So I'm going to start drawing a model, okay? Chocolate, red velvet. So chocolate had 72 more. Okay, and she had 36 fewer blueberry cupcakes than red velvet cupcakes. So blueberry will be the least. The difference is 36. Okay? So if this is 36, I can also draw 36 here. Okay? So this sentence done and this sentence done. So after selling 1/6 of the chocolate cupcakes, 2/3 of the red velvet cupcakes, and 7/9 of the blueberry cupcakes. So what they're giving us is the fractions, correct? And let's look at our model, okay? So our model is a mix of fraction on the left hand side and values on the right hand side. And if they give us 1/6, you'll be wondering how we can divide this, correct? Because we need to divide this unit up, and we also need to divide the numbers up. So the best thing to do, right, is to separate the both of them. Okay, I can cut 1/6 here, and then for this, I can find out 1/6 of the total value. Okay, same thing for red velvet. I can cut 2/3 here, then I can also find 2/3 of 36. Okay, because we can use our calculator to do it. So for blueberry, we can just cut it into 9 parts, and then 7 units were sold. So I'm going to show you what I mean by separating units and values. Okay, so for chocolate, I sold 1/6, right? So 1/6 units is sold. How about value? I can just take 1/6 times 36 plus 72. Okay, and it is 1/6 times 108. I'm going to put here 108, okay? So using a calculator, you're going to get 18. Okay, so I'm not going to cut it yet. I'm going to continue with red velvet first. So red velvet, 2/3 sold, and 2/3 of the value. So red velvet's value is 36, is 24. So for blueberry, it's just 7/9 sold. Okay, so what we are doing is we are making this whole thing into one unit. Okay, so we can compare together with blueberry. So now let's find out how much is left. Okay, so same thing, chocolate. I sold 1/6, correct? That means I have 5/6 left. And in terms of value, it is 108 minus 18, which is 90. Okay, let's do it for red velvet. So it is 1/3 left, and 36 minus 24, which is 12. So for blueberry, it's just 2/9 left. Okay, so how I get all these 5, 6, 1/3, 2, 9 is I take 1 whole minus 1/6. Okay, 1 whole minus 2/3. Basically 1 whole minus away how much is sold. Okay, let's continue. Sophie had 427 cupcakes left altogether. So she gave us a value which is 427, and it is for the cupcakes left. So we have 5/6, we have 1/3, and we have 2/9. The next thing we need to do is to make their denominator the same, and we can use 18. Okay, so I have to multiply by 3. I'm gonna get 15. Over here, and multiply by 6. Okay, and over here I multiply by 2. I'm gonna get 4/18. And since it's over 18 for my leftover, I need to do it for my sold also. So I need times 3 also. And over here I need times 6. And times 2 here. Okay. So Sophie had 427 cupcakes left altogether. Can we find out the number of units left? We can find out by adding. So 15 units for chocolates, and 6 units for red velvet, and 4 units for blueberry. Together I'm going to get 25 units. And 25 units plus 90 plus 12 will give me 427. Okay, so to find out what is 25 units, I need to deduct away the 90 and 12. Okay, and I'm going to get 235. 325, I mean. So I'm going to continue it here. So now we found out that 25 unit is 325 cupcakes. We need to find out how many chocolate cupcakes Sophie sold. So chocolate cupcakes sold is over here. Okay, so she sold 3 units, so we need to find out why it's 3 units. Okay, then we can just use this method to find out how many. We're gonna get 39 here. Okay, and don't forget that I sold 18 cupcakes. We need to add back. Okay, so I'm gonna get 57, which is my answer. So what we're basically doing is we're making this into 18 units. Okay, so for blueberry, 14 over 18 was sold, and so it becomes like that. 14 sold. Okay, and then 4 units left. So it's a bit small, a bit short, so I can't write it all. But I hope you guys understand this part, okay? So when we compare units and values, our life gets easier because values, our calculator can help us. And for units, we can just deal with fraction. Okay? So yeah, that's it. Let's move on to the next question, okay? Then Mrs. Tan bought some forks and spoons in the ratio of 4:3, and each spoon cost 50 cents more than each fork. She spent a total of $156 on the forks and spoons. The amount she spent on the forks was $12 more than the amount she spent on the spoons. How much did she spend on each spoon? So if you realize this question is quite challenging, but our part A is 1 mark. So actually for part A, we only need this to this. Okay, we don't really need to do the ratio yet. Okay, so in exams, if you think a question is hard, at least get that 1 mark, okay? So she spent a total of 156. She spent more on the fork. Okay, I'm going to draw a model. Okay, so $12 more on the forks. And my total is 156. How much did she spend on the spoon? Do you want this one? Okay, so what I need to do is just take 156 minus 12, which is equals to 144. And 144 I divide by 2. Okay, I'm gonna get $72. And that's my answer for part A. So spoons is $72. Okay, so how much did the fork cost? Fork is just 72 plus 12, which is $84. Okay, and how many forks and spoons did she buy altogether? So now I know that the price of spoon is $72 and the price of fork is $84. And now we can use the ratio. Okay, so they told us that she bought some forks and spoons in the ratio of 4:3, right? So that means 4 units of fork, I'm going to put capital F, equals to $84. Okay, we're just utilizing the ratio. So one thing to note is that I do not know how many forks this is. I only know that it's 4 units. Okay, so 4 units of fork is $84 and 1 unit of fork will be 84 divided by 4, which is $21. Okay, and next thing I know is that 3 units of spoon equals to $72. So 1 unit of spoon is 72 divided by 3, which is $24. Okay, so now that we got this part, let's continue doing, okay? Okay, another thing we can know from the ratio is that the number of fork, the number of 1 unit of fork is equals to the number of 1 unit of spoon. Okay. So if I have 5 forks, there will be 5 spoons. But do you realize that the price difference for them is different? Because obviously they cost different, correct? Each spoon costs 50 cents more than each fork. So let us see here. 1 unit of fork is $21. And 1 unit of spoon is $24, which makes sense because the spoon costs 50 cents more. So for each 1 unit of fork and each 1 unit of spoon, the difference is $3. Okay, so this is for 1 unit. And one thing we know is that 50 cents is the price difference of 1 fork and 1 spoon. Okay. So 50 cents is the difference between 1 fork and 1 spoon. And we have a difference of $3 in 1 unit. So what we need to do is to find, so this is one set, okay? So it's 1 over 0.5 times $3. If you type in the calculator, you're going to get 6. Okay? So this is the difference between, so this is the, it's not the difference anymore. It's the number of fork or spoon in 1 unit. Okay? So remember, 1 unit is the same. So it's a bit complicated, so you slow down and watch this, okay? So how many forks and spoons did she buy altogether? So fork has 4 units, so I need to take 6 times 4. Okay, so she bought 24 forks. And then spoons has 3 units, so I need to times 3. So it's 18 spoons. So I need to take 24 plus 18. And I'm going to get 42. Okay? So this part might be a bit complicated. So I'll try and repeat again. So 50 cents is the difference between one fork and 1 spoon. Okay? But in one set, it's $3 difference. So for $3 difference is the difference between 6 spoons and 6 forks, which also means that there are 6 forks or spoons in 1 unit. Okay? So I'm going to move on to question 16. Question 16. Jeff had a toy bicycle fixed on a straight track here, okay? And he pushed the bicycle from this end to the other end. The radius of the wheels is 3.5 cm. We'll underline this part. And the distance between the 2 centers of the wheels is 10 cm. Okay, this showed us here. So the length of the track is 259 cm. How many revolutions? Revolutions means rounds. Okay. Did each wheel make? So for questions like that, you need to know that if my front wheel move 1 round, my back wheel also move 1 round. Okay. So we can either see how far the back wheel moved. So the back wheel will have moved from here, this point, to this point. Okay, because that's where it stopped. Or we can deal with the front wheel, which is from here until here. Okay, either ways are fine. But wheels are wheels. Whatever the front does, the back does. So you need to take note of that. Okay, it makes the question easier to understand, easier to do. Okay, because I just need to deal with one circle of the bicycle. Okay, so let's deal with the front wheel. Okay, so the front wheel is stopped here, correct? So it's right now over here, and then it stopped here. So this will be the distance that the front wheel made. And yeah, which is the distance the front wheel is going to take. And we need to find out this green part first. Okay, and then that will be our first step. Okay, so we know that the whole straight track is 259 cm. And then we have to minus away this 10 cm. And then you realize that there's a radius here. We're going to minus away 3.5 cm. And do you realize there's another radius here? We're going to minus away this radius also. Okay, because the front wheel stopped here. It didn't move after that. So if I deduct all these things, I'm going to get 242 cm. Okay, and yeah, we have to find the circumference of one wheel. So circumference pi times diameter. So my diameter is 3.5 plus 3.5. And use your calculator, you're going to get 22 cm. Okay, so one wheel makes 22 cm. And how many rounds will it make to make 242 cm? 22 cm, one round. 432 cm, 242 cm. My bad. 242 cm will give you, use this method, 1/22 times 242. Okay, I'm gonna get 11 rounds. Okay, so like I said, rounds is the same thing as revolutions. So how many revolutions they each will make? My answer will just be 11. And that's 4 marks. Okay, so the key point in making this problem sum 4 mark is probably understanding that the distance in it's gonna take is 242 cm and not 259 cm. Okay, so let's move on to question 17, the last question. Question 17, the figure below is made out of a rectangle ABFG over here and a square BCDE. AC is 52 cm and EF is 8 cm, and the parameters are the same. Okay, so find the area of the figure. The parameters are the same. Okay, so let's start doing first. Let's see, parameter of rectangle equals to length plus breadth plus length plus breadth, correct? Which is equals to 2 lengths and 2 breadth, correct? So how about the parameter of square? So for the square, right, we can make use of this EF equals 8 cm. Okay, I'm going to show you how we do it. So if this is 8 cm, right, if EF is 8 cm, that means it's made up of 1 breadth and 8 cm. That means all the sides of the square. So BE is made out of 1 breadth and 8 cm. Okay, the breadth, when I say breadth, it belongs to the rectangle. Okay, so look here. So that means this is also the breadth, and then this is 8 cm. I'm just going to put 8. I'm not going to put units. Okay, so I have more space. It doesn't look so cluttered. So same thing here. CD is made out of a breadth and 8 cm. And over here, ED is also made out of a breadth and 8 cm. Okay, I'm going to draw the 8 cm outside. So my square is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 breadths plus 8, 8, 8, 8, which is 8 times 4. Okay, so the parameter of square is made up of 4 breadths plus 32 cm. Okay, so let's move on. And from the figure, we can see that, okay, I'm going to fill in all this, okay? This is length, this is breadth, and this is length. From the figure, we can see that AC is equals to length plus breadth plus 8 cm, right? And then we can find out that if the whole thing is 52 cm, so length plus breadth plus 8 cm is 52 cm, right? To find out what's length plus breadth, we just need to take 52 to minus 8 cm. And we're going to get 44 cm. Okay, so I'm going to repeat. So from A to C, it's 52 cm, right? The question told us. And then if I want to find just length and breadth, I just need to take 52 minus 8, which is how I get 44 cm. Okay, and with this 44 cm, we can do a lot of things. Okay, because 1 length plus 1 breadth is 44. So we can actually just find out what's the parameter of the rectangle. So let's continue here. So parameter of rectangle is just 44 plus 44, which is 88 cm. Okay, so for those who can't see, right, I'm going to try and draw it, okay? So AB plus AG is 44 cm. Okay, because length plus breadth is 44. And then BF plus GF is also 44. So there we have it. The parameter of rectangle is 88 cm. Okay, And what did they say? The parameters of rectangle and square is the same. So if the parameter of square is 88 cm, that means one side of my square equals to 88 divided by 4 because they share the same sides, okay? So now can we find out the area? Let's find out area of square first, okay? So area of square equals to 22 times 22, which is 484 cm square. Okay, for rectangle, we need to find out what's the breadth first. So remember our breadth is over here, correct? And now that we know the side of a square, which is 22 cm, we just need to minus away 8 cm. Okay, and we're gonna get 14 cm. Okay, so my breadth is 14 cm. Okay, and one breadth plus one length is 44 cm, right? So to find out the length, we just need to take 44 cm to minus 14 cm, which is equals to 30 cm. Okay, so there you have it. 30 plus 14 is 44. So our area of rectangle is 30 times 14, which is equals to 420. Okay, final step is to add both together because the area of figure is the both of them added together. So it's a bit messy, but try and follow, okay? I'm going to erase this part. So just adding it together will give me 904 cm square. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So after this 22 cm, you're supposed to go to this step. Okay, so yeah, congrats, and I'll see you in the next paper.